The Houston Rockets just robbed the NBA, making one of the most significant deals in the NBA offseason. And in this video, we're going to talk about that deal as well as how it affects one of the other impact players on this Rockets squad, and as well as what this Rockets squad is going to look like for the foreseeable future. Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Donovan Ricondo. We appreciate you joining us on this Sunday afternoon, Rockets Nation. We have great news in terms of the lineup, as well as many of you have heard, but if you're hearing it here for the very first time, we have a blessing given to Houston and these Rockets fans. Kevin Durant gets a $90 million Rockets extension, $30 million under the max that he was eligible for. So for many of you that have known, Kevin Durant obviously traded to the Houston Rockets, played a couple preseason games with us, did phenomenal in those preseason games, but he was still looking to find another contract extension with what he currently had. His contract was supposed to end by the end of the year, and it wasn't a secret necessarily. It was known that this was going to get done at some point. There was reports of this happening before the season. There were some about this happening after this season, but it all finally happened today as KD finally got his bag. And this, not only did he get his bag, but this helps out the Rockets extremely. This is such a great deal for the Rockets organization to build and get more players as the years go by, and to sign guys like Amen Thompson to better deals, to sign guys like Tari Eason, who we'll talk about in just 1 second, to a longer and better deal. So let's go ahead and look at this breakdown from Shams Charania. This is directly from Shams Charania's report that was released today, saying that Houston Rockets star Kevin Durant has signed a 2-year, $90 million contract extension with a player option for 2027 and 2028. That is a very, very important thing right there. A player option in 2027, 2028. We are currently in the 25-26 season, and then you had the 26-27. And so that 27-28, he could possibly be on the Rockets for a total of 3 years. Still a lot of time until then. We don't know what decision that will be. Again, it's an option for KD and for his business partner and boardroom CEO, Rich Kleiman. But that is all to be determined. But that is the basics of the deal so far. Kevin Durant, this is amazing, now holds the record for the highest career earnings in NBA history at $598.2 million based on current and future salaries. He surpassed LeBron James, who is at $583.9 million, and he is earning $54.7 million this season, and now has a total of 3 years and $144.7 million on his contract. And we talked about what he was eligible for. Kevin Durant could have very easily said that he wanted to sign a $120 million contract. He was eligible for a $120 million contract. But as Shams Charania reported, he went to the Rockets knowing that he wanted to take a pay cut and that he would have to take a pay cut in order for his team to grab the players that they wanted this offseason and to make this roster as good as possible. And so he knew that coming in. This isn't necessarily a surprise that he was caught off guard. This was something that was planned. He wants to win a championship by his career's end, and he thinks that Houston is the perfect place to do that and to build a team around him to go ahead and go out and win a championship as he, retires, rides off into the sunset. And this was a great move by the Houston Rockets organization, because initial reports had this at being either a $110 million or $100 million. I saw $105 million, and that was kind of the range of what KD would possibly get. But the fact that they were to knock this down all the way to 90 just gives this front office and gives the salary cap a lot more room for this team to make a lot of deals. And Kevin Durant is, again, one of the best players in the NBA and has shown it despite being, 37 years in age, or 36 last year. Last year, 26.6 points per game, 6 rebounds, 4.2 assists. He was putting up numbers that are not normal for people that are 37 years old in the NBA. The only other player that really put up numbers like this is probably LeBron, who is still putting up numbers very, very good. But he is worth every penny of his contract. He is worth being traded for. He is worth having on this team. That was why Rafael Stone went out and went to go get him and put this on this team, because he knows that having a guy like KD gives you the best opportunity to win basketball games and to win in the playoffs where it matters most. This is where we struggled with last year. So to be able to acquire him, and to acquire him for a lot less money than he was eligible for, is such a win for this organization, and is such a smart move made by all people involved. That includes KD and his business partner. That includes Rafael Stone and this entire front office. Wins all across the board, and it does not stop there, because as Bobby Marks reports about where the Rockets stand in terms of the salary, the Rockets were a projected $80 million below the second apron for next season. The extension, KD's extension, gives Houston the flexibility to retain Tari Eason, add in free agency, while also remaining under. Eason is eligible to extend his contract Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central Time. So the ripple effect, the domino effect that this contract announcement has on the team is insurmountable, because you get to re-sign Eason to a deal that keeps him longer. And Eason, there's been a lot of rumors in terms of, trade rumors of trading him away, but Rafael Stone was pretty much like, hey, we like Eason, we want him on the team, and I like Eason. I love Eason on the team. I think he's a very solid defender and adds so much to this team. So to be able to retain him and keep him on board while also having, $20-30 more million than you were supposed to have to go out in free agency after this year and try to get even more talent, is a win. Is an absolute win. And this was a masterclass. Once again, a masterclass of management by Rafael Stone. This puts the Rockets in a perfect place to not only be one of the favorites to win the NBA championship this year, but for the next year and the year after and the year after, when you still have guys like Amen Thompson, Alperen Şengün, all on the team. When you have those guys that you're building around, as well as a future Hall of Famer in KD, you give yourself the best chance to go out there and win basketball games. And to credit to where credit is due, everything is falling in line for the Houston Rockets. And Tari Eason, I'm very excited to see him and how he progresses this year, especially playing with Kevin Durant. Last year, you saw 12 points per game, 6.4 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 48% from the field, 3-point percentage, 34%. Was a very solid guy. He started some games. He was very, very reliable most of the time. And so to see him be in the mix to get what he is worth and get what he's earned is great for him at 24 years old, trying to make himself find more of his identity in the NBA as a role player is such a good thing for him. And he plays so hard and is a guy that every NBA team wants on their team. But the fact that he is a Houston Rocket, again, is another W for Houston fans. And so this is all falling into place, and it's very exciting to be a Rockets fan, because once again, as great as this is, we have basketball coming very, very soon. Tuesday night is the season opener for the Houston Rockets. We're playing the Oklahoma City Thunder, the defending champions. This Tuesday, you're going to see the defending champs against this new, energized, revitalized, awesome Houston Rockets team, and see what they are really, really made of. It's going to be a long season. It's going to be 82 games. There's going to be ups. There's going to be downs. But this is certainly an up to start this season. To have this contract be announced and for the front office to pull this off is great. I know Rockets fans are very, very high right now. Again, first game this Tuesday. We're going to see how it all plays out. I wish Fred VanVleet was still healthy and didn't suffer that injury. That has kind of been the only downside this entire offseason. Of course, we wish him the best in his recovery, but at the same time, this is a great deal that was made, and KD is going to be on this team for the next 2 years for sure, with the player option in that 2027-2028 year. But let me know in the comments what you think about this new signing. This has a lot of great things written over it, but let me know in the comments what you think and what you think we can get in free agency next year. We have the money to do it. We have the money to re-sign Tari Eason. Let me know your thoughts about that. This has been a great day, great video, and we'll see you guys next one on Rockets Digest. Take care.